Hey guys, it's G2. This is going to be a new series, basically composed of miscellaneous space design tips. I'll try to keep these short and break them up into parts because I understand people don't really have time to watch a 20-minute video of all my miscellaneous space design ideas. So, 5 minutes each probably will be the length of these videos. Hopefully, that's a suitable time. Anyways, this first video will be about using walls efficiently. What I mean by this is if you're designing your own base, which you really should be for war, you probably have gone and made most of the base, and at the very end, you realize you either have too few walls or too many walls for the last part of the base. It happens to me all the time. It happens to everyone who's making a base, probably. They just don't have the right number of walls. If you have too few walls, that can be a pretty tough fix, so I'll get into that a bit later. If you have too many walls, it probably just means you don't have enough compartments in your base. Compartments are really useful, of course, to stop golems, heroes, just ground troops in general from walking through your base too quickly. So if you have too many walls and you make like your last quarter of your base and you have 20 walls left over, just make some compartments so that troops take longer to go places. Say you make a wall there, line of walls there, I don't know, line of walls here. You get the idea. You make more compartments so they either have to use more wall breakers, which eats into their troop space, or their golems and heroes have to bash on walls for longer, which is always a good thing. Probably, though, the bigger problem is when you don't have enough walls, and it can be tough to figure out, I need 20 more walls for this section. Where do those 20 walls come from? If it's a big number, like you think you need 20 more walls, you probably have too many compartments in the other parts of your base, and you kind of have to think about how to reduce that. But if you have, say, 7 walls that you would really need to finish that compartment, I can give some tips about like the geometry of Clash of Clans base designing, hopefully to save you a few walls here and there that'll let you finish that compartment. So what I mean when I say this, if you look at this wall segment like this, I'll make that in color so you can see it easier. Red. You could save a wall if you just make it a straight line like this, because this wall moves up, this wall moves up, this wall right here is saved. This isn't my base, this is Naro's base, so I don't know if there's a really good reason why he decided to do his compartment like that. I can't really think of a good reason, so probably it's just, a waste of a wall. And if you can save a wall here and there, it really can add up to a few more compartments if you just keep saving walls. Same thing here with this compartment like that. Again, I don't know if there's a really good reason or an intricate reason why he decided that this wall should look like that, but really, he could make the compartment like this, and I don't see any functional difference. He would be saving a wall. Sometimes, though, I think he's using a wall probably to stop wall breakers from being used as efficiently. For example, this compartment here. You could save a wall by making a straight line like this, but then if the attacker sends in wall breakers like this, if the wall is over here, it'll break open into 2 compartments. So it's fine to consider using an extra wall to make wall breakers not as efficient. But then he does it in the core, oddly enough, or at least in the inner layers of his base, which I don't really think are worth it. Wall breakers don't really make it into the second layer and definitely not third layer of a base very easily. And basically, it's such a bad use of walls in my opinion instead of just a straight line. Even if you're worried about the efficiency of wall breakers, you can make another compartment with all those walls saved. So if they don't use wall breakers, then you just have an extra compartment for free. If they do have wall breakers, I mean, you can't really stop that. They're going to break 2 compartments anyway. So something like this, I think, is just completely inefficient. Make a straight line. Same thing here. Probably he's trying to make it so wall breakers can't come in and break them into both compartments. I'd really recommend, Naro, you think about if that's really something you need to avoid. Like the armies used today that are going to 3-star Town Hall 9s are basically Goho and Go Walloon. So if this wasn't an optimal side for them to come in anyway, then you don't need to worry about wall breakers being used from there because they're not going to use wall breakers and enter from that side. And the wall saved there could be used elsewhere. Um, any other examples? Oh, over here. He could make a straight line. I think the problem he was looking at is then you have a hole in your base like this. Do you? Yeah, you do. Yeah. So he was worried about making a hole in the base if he makes it just a straight line. In that case, I would consider a builder hut, just like right here after you move the wall. Probably saving the wall is worth more than having this compartment look like this. And I think that's it for wall efficiency. I mean, things like this wall could be scooted in like this and make an X junction. I don't know if he was looking at like a jump spell placement or something, why he pushed this wall out, or if the traps really needed to be there, these two air bombs. But again, I think probably he could save a wall by just shifting, these three over, saving this wall. That's really it, guys. Look, if you're making a base and you think you need a few more walls to make this compartment better, or maybe make this part of the base stronger, consider looking at your base and looking for inefficient wall junctions that you could save walls over and over again if you just remove it, especially something like this. Just a straight line, I think he saves like 3-4 walls there. And 3-4 walls is the difference between like a little line like this that makes another compartment. Alright, well that's really it for part 1, guys. Stick around for next parts. See ya.